how the series brought in the voice actor for Ellie. Do you think she got paid much, or was this opening scene a labor of love? Look, if the delivery of that pun had you groaning, buckle up because they don't get any better after birth. Here's a sin for anyone, in jest or otherwise, who's ever made the "yeah, but you've never experienced being kicked in the balls" argument. Wow, that was like the ideal birth. I mean, minus the zombie attack, getting bitten, the high risk of infection, the ass splinters, and the thought of raising a child in the apocalypse, of course. But man, at least it was quick. Hey, I remember you. You're the lady from the place. I know she's important because his flashlights lingered on her for so long. Who is she again? Damn it, show would have previously on have killed you.
I want you to take her with you to Boston. Find someone to bring her up.
Volunteering your child to be raised in Boston.
And I want you to give her this.
Wrapping a baby up with a flick knife. You know, sometimes life hits you with sentences you just never thought you'd have to say.
I can't. How long have we known each other? Our whole lives.
Saying this as if it has any bearing on the fact that this baby could be seconds away from turning into a mushroom zombie. As if babies weren't annoying enough already.
So you pick her up right now, and then you kill me.
I don't know, Anna. This feels pretty f***ing selfish. You've got a knife. Can't you do it yourself? You're asking your best friend to live with the memory of killing her best friend for the rest of her life. Also, knowing how important Ellie is to Marlene, it is insane that she trusts her with Joel and Tess. I mean, it is a stroke of ridiculous good luck that Joel ends up being as solid as he does.
Cover her ears.
Cover her ears? Cover her ears? You're in an enclosed space about to fire a gun. When you go to a shooting range, you wear earplugs and extra sound protection over them. You've got a newborn baby there with developing ears. Take her outside or even downstairs. Covering her ears won't do shit. Also, he does not. Casting Ashley Johnson in this critical role, but only letting us have her for 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
Beefaroni, Chef Boyardee. Have you ever played this?
As if the apocalypse wasn't bleak enough, here comes Jolie to add tinned beef and boggle.
Talk about bad luck. Military drops bombs. Not one of them hits the building you're trying to demolish.
Yes, I'm sure that was the bad luck the contractors were focusing on, and not the fact that the world was ending around them along with their livelihoods.
Whoa.
Damn it, Ellie!
Kids. Also, why aren't we worried about loud noises anymore? Did that just stop being a thing? How does Joel know that this place is free of cordyceps?
Gotta see this!
You better come take a look at this cliche. It's a magical moment in the game, and I'm happy to see this nod, but how the f*** have giraffes, of all creatures, survived 20 years into the apocalypse? Also, how exactly did she spot them from the top of the ladder? When Joel gets to the top, he doesn't see anything and then chases her ass up multiple flights of steps before seeing what she sees. Ellie being able to spot the giraffes is about as realistic as, well, the giraffes being there in the first place. Joel and Ellie look upon the family of giraffes as a wonder of nature and a brief respite from the world of violence and suffering, instead of the 3 meals a day and fashionably warm clothing that they truly are.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Got its ups and downs, but you can't deny that view.
Hey, I remember that. That was the thing they said at the place. I know it's important because of the deliberate delivery. Damn it, show would have previously on have killed you.
After all we've been through, everything I've done, it can't be for nothing.
It can.
Commies, sheep ranch, the moon. I'll follow you anywhere you go.
Unless there's a particularly cool zoo animal on the loose, in which case I'm ditching you quicker than you can say left behind. Bye!
We finished what we started.
Which to HBO means 2 seasons of material stretched into 5, followed by 5-and-out spin-offs nobody asked for, only one of which will actually make it to air before being canceled.
So what was wrong with you?
Just for this.
Not the guy who shot and missed.
Hey, I remember that. That was the thing they said at the place. Damn it, show would have previously on have killed.
What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, you idiot.
Ooh, I've got one. What do you call an early morning surprise attack? An ambush. If you hadn't been so busy punning, maybe you'd have seen that one coming.
I had 5 men whose only job was to protect me. I still almost got killed. How'd you do it?
A nifty little thing called plot armor. You see, Joel has to stay alive so that he can be the hero of the story and choose to sacrifice the person he holds most dear for the greater good. Right?
You are the one person I never wanted to be in debt to, but I owe you.
I mean, to be fair, you only have to give him a battery and some supplies. That was the original deal, right? He chose to take Ellie further than the original agreement.
Our doctor, he thinks that the cordyceps in Ellie has grown with her since birth. He thinks it could be a cure, Joel.
He thinks? It Could? She's happy to sacrifice Ellie's life on the unproven hypothesis of one doctor? I'm sure everyone's desperate for a cure at this point, but we're talking about removing a child's brain based on a maybe.
It produces a kind of chemical messenger. It makes normal cordyceps think that she's cordyceps. It's why she's immune.
Then why does she still get attacked by them? Shouldn't they think that she's one of them and ignore her? If not, why aren't they attacking each other? And furthermore, why do I keep trying to find logic in a made-up cure for a made-up infection? Also, how long has Joel been unconscious? If the answer isn't several weeks, I want to know how this doctor's figured everything out so quickly and with a level of confidence that makes Ellie aside acceptable.
Please, you don't understand.
I'm the only one who understands.
Attempting to have a monopoly on guilt/obligation/parenting/the greater good, or whatever the it is these two are using to justify their own brand of murder.
Walking onto the highway, leave him there with his pack.
Considering we're talking about a woman who is lobotomizing the child of her best friend, this seems like an oddly sentimental choice. Letting Joel go might be the right thing to do, but why the does she care about that? She knows his reputation. Kill him! Joel will contemplate his escape for all of the very long walk through the hospital sometime, while also somehow not being nearly long enough to justify the magnitude of what he's about to do.
Said keep walking.
Thanks to the magic of quick cuts and super fast editing, this works.
Where is she? F you. I don't have time for this.
You don't have the bullets for this either. You've already shot the guy in the leg and alerted the whole hospital. What more was he going to do? Bleed on you? Man, this show really did capture a lot of cool details from the game. It even included the mod that makes Joel invulnerable to gunfire. Straight murder. Joel tears through this hospital in a way that makes John Wick look like Mr. Rogers. I feel like we're supposed to admire Joel's determination to save Ellie at whatever cost, but it's a rough watch when the people he's determinating are just doing their jobs and likely have no fucking clue what's happening to Ellie or why.
She's ready.
Joel wakes from his concussion, argues with Marlene, then the raid redemptions his way through the hospital and manages to arrive seconds before Ellie's surgery is about to begin. Seconds! This is insane timing, people. Doctors Who and Brown could have teamed up and still not pulled this off so perfectly.
How did you get in here?
He said, as if the answer fucking matters.
I won't let you take her.
Bringing a scalpel to a gunfight. Also, I'm sure killing that surgeon won't have any consequences down the line or in season 2. Yep, no further problems will result from killing that doctor. Not even one. Laura Bailey plays a character that should be healing but instead focuses on doing damage cliché. Also teasing us with Laura Bailey but without even a gesture of 25 words of dialogue. Trusting any elevator during the apocalypse. I wouldn't enter an elevator until society had been rebuilt, and even then I'd still wait a decade or two. And only if my knees are really acting up.
So what would she decide, huh?
Maybe you'd know the answer to this if you'd bothered to ask before lying and sedating her. Sure, Joel's violating Ellie's autonomy by making the decision for her, but you don't get to claim any moral high ground when you didn't ask her either, Marlene.
Even after what you've done, we can still find a way.
The bullet lodged in the brain of that surgeon would likely take issue with this claim.
Raiders attacked the hospital. I barely got you out of there.
Lying. And not just lying, but lying badly by adding unnecessary layers to the lie, which makes you look about as suspicious as a 50-something-year-old man driving away from a hospital with a sedated teenager in a flop sweat.
You've just come after her.
Joel chooses cold-blooded murder again, and I just miss the days of Pedro Pascal playing a charming prince, space cowboy, or drug dealer. Driving. Wasting valuable minutes of your finale-ment? Also, the border between Wyoming and Utah doesn't look like this. It's mostly flat. But you would know that when you film everything in f***ing Canada.
Well, Sarah and I used to hike like this all the time.
In Texas? Not a lot of mountains to hike in Texas, unless you made a lot of trips from Austin over to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Even that's an 8-hour drive. Are you going to drive 8 hours to hike all the time? I don't think so. Anyway, the point is driving in Texas sucks. Or Joel sucks. Or hiking sucks. Or whatever point I was making.
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Joel, my man, on a scale of 1 to really f***ing guilty, that loaded pause ranks a solid puppy sitting next to a pile of poop pointing at the goldfish.
Okay.
Ellie believes this, or has been Stockholm syndromed into believing it. Either way, I'm fascinated to see how this turns out, and I'm sure it won't be neutered by something like a 5-year time jump.
There's one thing that never fails. A nice glass of warm milk, a little nap, and a total frontal lobotomy.
It's a Vegisaurus, Lex! Vegisaurus!
Hey, you're finally awake.
Peter, what is that?
This would be a giraffe, Isaac Newton.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Utah? Home of America's most powerful weirdos?
Moon rocks taste better than Earth rocks. Why? Because they're meteors.
That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
What surgery?
I'd like to take his face off.
The f*** are you doing? Keep walking. This mustn't register on an emotional level. First, distract target. Then block his blind jab. Counter with cross to left cheek. Discombobulate.
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
I don't believe you.